friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. So I quite recently did a ranking all my eyeshadow palettes video, which you guys really loved, and that inspired me to do a ranking my highlights video, which you guys also seem to really enjoy. And then I had some suggestions on that video to rank my blushes, so that's what we're gonna do today. I don't have very many, surprisingly. Like, I'm such a blush fiend, but I don't have very many blushes because I just stick with what I have really hard. I don't feel the need to buy new blush all the time, which I guess is a good thing since I'm so into blush. I only have 13, and that includes 2 highlight palettes, and it includes a cream one. I'm just counting the highlight palette as one singular thing. I'm not gonna break it up into individual blushes because if you are ever interested in buying any of these, I don't want you to fall in love with just one of the blushes. You need to want the whole palette, and one of the palettes isn't even available anymore, so it doesn't really matter. But I wanted to include them just because I don't have that many blushes to share with you, so I figured I would just include them in the ranking. But yeah, there's 13 blushes. I'm gonna rank them, and pretty much the same as my last 2 videos. I don't have anything that I don't like. Like, if I didn't like it anymore, I just wouldn't have it because I've definitely decluttered some blushes from my collection in my day. But this is just ranking it in order from what I like to use the most, what I have used the most, what do I just love the formula of, all the way down to I don't use it very often for whatever reason. So I guess let's just get on with it. We're just gonna go over my bottom 3 first, so then we can get down to the 5s and the 5s, and you know what I mean. But this is from Apocalyptic Beauty. This is the Queen of Hearts blush. I got it in the Femme Fatale bag. In February. It's the Valentine's bag. It's a loose blush, which is the main reason why it's down here. I really enjoy the color, actually. It's very soft and glowy. It has some shimmer to it, which I actually quite enjoy. On a deeper skin tone, this would actually be a really lovely highlight, I think. But anyways, that's the main reason it's down here. It's a really pretty color, but it's just messy. I don't know, just in my day-to-day life, I don't feel the want to pull a loose blush out because powder blushes are just a lot easier, but that's the only reason it's down this far. If this exact color was in a pressed form, I'm sure it would have been higher on the list. In number 12th place, we have a blush trio from Anastasia. This is in the shade Pool Party. I do like this. I like the colors of this. I got this at my local TJ Maxx, I believe, for wicked cheap. And I do like the colors individually. I've even mixed some of the colors together. There's just something about it that makes me not reach for it very often. And this one I definitely don't reach for very often because it makes me look like I'm actually dying. But like, I really like this peachy pinky one. This one's a bit too cool tone for my preferences. I like very warm blushes. It's not too often I go for a cool toned pink, and if I do go for a pink, it's usually a bit brighter and like warmer. But I do like this as a whole, but I think it's just because this is the main one that I like. I don't reach for this very often because I see the other two and I don't know, I guess it's maybe just a little bit discouraging. I'm not sure, but I don't even know if these are available anymore since they were at TJ Maxx, but I do like that one specific shade in this blush trio, and I like the formula overall. And in number 11th place, we have the Wet n Wild Don't Flutter Yourself blush. I really like this. I actually thought going into this video that this was going to be higher up on my list, but alas, it was not. I guess I didn't even swatch the Anastasia one. I will do that for you in a moment. But it's so glowy and pretty. It's so reflective. This is one I know for sure would be beautiful on darker skin tones because I've seen pictures of darker skin tones where this is a highlight and it's lovely. This is what I mean when I say I like pinks. Like, it's very much pink, but it's not like a, I don't want to say drabby cool tone pink, but it just has more of that peachy warm pop to it than this one does. Let me swatch all of these for you really quick. I guess they do have individual names. This one is Blank, this one's Pageant, and this one's Cash. Oh no, I mixed those up. This one is Blank, this one's Cash. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's a whole palette in itself. But yeah, I'm never using this one as a blush. It might be okay as kind of a weird contour color. This one is just not my favorite blush shade on me, but I do like this one a lot. If I had just a single pan of that, I'm sure I would use it very often. Now we're at the top 10. So in 10th place, I just put the entire Blush Bazaar palette from Tarte. I got this around Christmas time, like 2 Christmases ago. I used the crap out of this. I actually never used the 2 highlights in it ever in my life. I'm pretty sure this gold would be too dark, and I don't know, I just never gravitated towards that shade. But I used to use these all the time. Which shades did I even use the most? I feel like I use Skillful and Authentic a lot. I guess I used to go for a bit more of a cool tone blush back then. Really liked Extraordinary. I would actually probably like that the best now that I look at it. But as a whole, I just don't reach for this too much anymore just because it's bulky even though it has a lot to offer, it's just a bit bulky, and I just prefer having a smaller compact on my vanity when I'm using blushes. I usually just keep things at my filming area so I can just grab it with ease instead of I keep all my makeup in here, but I keep what I'm using currently over there. And this one, it's bulky, so I don't want it sitting out. I should use this more. I like the Amazonian clay formula. I like these colors. It gives you a lot of options. It's just further down on the list because I just haven't really felt myself wanting to use this lately, and I don't really have a good reason. It's just bulky. That's my only reason. These next two were really hard. I did technically rank them, but they're also kind of tied. So number 9 is the Pixi Glow Cake in the Pink Champagne Glow. And I didn't swatch any of those in the last palette. I'm not going to because it's a lot. But it's really pretty because it has the darker to the lighter. You can kind of mix it up. You can focus more in the middle. I do like this. It's very glowy. It's very pretty. It's very cute. I really like this color. I think it's lovely. And then in number 8th place is the other one. This is the Gilded Bear Glow. And this one beat it by just a little bit because I did find myself reaching for this shade specifically just a little bit more as blush. I don't know why. They're both really pretty and they're not too much different. This one is just a little bit more of a nudie pink while this one is just a little bit more of a pink pink. And I guess it's just what I gravitated towards, but I like the formula. I like the glow they give. I like that you have the option of kind of sticking in the more highlighty blushy side or the darker blushy side. You can kind of customize it to your preference, but I really do like these. They're just not the best out of my blushes, you know? In number 7th place is the NYX Ombre Blush in Sweet Springs. I love the NYX Ombre blushes so bad. I would happily hoard all of these if I had them all. This is a pink that I can get down with because it is very pink, but it has a little bit more warmth to it than like this one. Like you can really tell this one has more of a purpley, lavendery pinky hue, and this one is just pink. It is so cute. I love wearing this with pinky looks. It's my favorite pink blush. If I need a pink blush, that's the one I go for 100%, but I love this formula. It's so pretty. And next is one I probably could have also included in my highlight video, but totally forgot about it because I stored it with my blushes, but this is the Natasha Denona Blush and Glow Duo. It's teeny tiny. If I would have included the highlight in my highlight video, it probably would have been closer down to the bottom of my list just because it's very subtle. It's pretty, but it's way too subtle for my liking, so I don't use it very often. I do, however, really like the blush. It's very soft. It's so glowy. It's so pretty. I'm so running out of room. I love that glow so much. It's so pretty. It looks so nice on my cheeks. I actually should reach for this more than I do because I haven't really picked it up in a while. But man, oh man, is that a pretty formula. I can't believe I actually bought this. I bought this during one of the Sephora VIB sales, and I wouldn't have bought it otherwise because, like, Natasha Denona is expensive. It's not something I normally want to splurge on, but I am glad I ended up splurging on this. I don't know what possessed me to do it. No idea, but I'm really glad I did because that blush is so pretty. I wish the highlight would have worked out more because that would have made it a better deal because that's expensive for a teeny tiny blush. But I do like the color. And now we're in the top 5, and the 5th place is the Cotton Candy Champagne Palettes. I love this. I love this so much. I used it so much. It's so filthy. I'm so sorry. I know that bugs some people when palettes are filthy. It doesn't really bother me because it just shows that you loved it, you know? But I will quickly clean this so you guys don't have to be disturbed. There we go. That's a little bit more appealing to look at. I love all of these shades. If I had to pick a favorite, I think I dipped into Sip Sip Hooray a little bit more, which is kind of shocking because it's a little bit more cool toned. I didn't really dip into Stop and Smell the Rosé very often at all. I might have used it once. I like No Champagne, No Gain. I really like 24-Hour Champagne Diet whenever I want something very bright, but these are so pretty. I'll just swatch these really quick. They're so glowy, they're so pretty, and I really like them. And someone was being very rude, driving very loudly. So sorry. But they're so shimmery and glowy and lovely and so pigmented, and they blend so nice on the skin, and I just adore them with my whole heart. I could use just this palette every day probably, and I would be content. In number 4th place is this little teeny tiny one from Becca. I don't even know where I got this, but it is in the shade Songbird. It's super small. I really like it. Pretty sure I got it in like maybe a mini duo set that I paid for a long time ago, but it's such a good color. I actually forget how much I like this until I pull it out again. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's the name of it. Where should I even swatch this? Oh, I already wiped all those off. What am I doing? But I like that more apricot-y, peachy blush. I really like peachy, orangey, warm, corally blushes. It's a very long description of what I like. But it's so lovely. I like the color. It's a really good one. And I really like this formula. It blends really nice. I feel like it swatches super pigmentedly, but when you apply it with a blush brush, it's very soft and you can build it up nicely. It's not a very scary formula. I love it. And number 3 is another NYX Ombre blush. This is strictly Chic. This is what I'm wearing today, actually. I've been playing with this pretty much nonstop the last 2 weeks, but I've had this specific blush for a very long time. It's another just really warm, peachy, orangey blush. I don't like orange eyeshadow on me. Orange is not my favorite color, but I like an orangey blush. I don't know why. I don't know why I am the way I am. But it's just a really pretty color. And I like these ombre blushes also because, again, you can kind of customize it. You can stick more to the darker, you can stick more to the lighter, you can mix it all up. I tend to just mix it all up. But I really like the effect of these blushes, and I want so many more of these NYX Ombre blushes, so bad. And now we're on the top 2. I wasn't sure if I was going to include this or where I would include this because I pair this with almost every blush ever. But because I use it so much, that's why it's number 2. It's not number 1 because I don't wear it by itself very often, but it is number 2. This is the Glossier Cloud Paint in Beam. Don't know how well I'm going to be able to swatch it, but before I put any powders on, I do my foundation, my concealer, my cream bronzer, and then I put some of this cream blush on, and then I put my powder blush over top. And man, oh man, I just love it so much. You just put it on and you can tap it out. This is probably too much. I used the amount that I would normally use for my whole face. But you just kind of tap it out. I use my beauty sponge. You could use your finger if you wanted to. You could use a brush. But it just taps out into the prettiest orangey blush ever. I love this color. I love this formula. I was so scared of this when I first got it. I didn't play with it for probably a good month after I got it because I was scared of it. I thought it was going to be way too much, and that's coming from someone who likes to wear a lot of blush. I was scared of it. I finally gave it a try. It blends out so sheer. Like, you can see how just so soft that blends out, and that's with a lot piled on. Like, that looks really like a bad swatch. It's hard to swatch a cream product that you're supposed to blot out, but it's just the prettiest, softest blotted hue across the cheeks, and you could totally wear it by itself. I always layer something on top of it. I want more shades of this so bad though. Like, I really want a pink one to pair with my pinky blushes because this pairs perfectly with my orangey ones. And then number 1, I did not know what number 1 was going to be until I sat down and started organizing my thoughts and my blushes, but it's 100% the NYX Double Dare blush. This is one of the high definition blushes. I love this. I don't wear it that often because I don't know. I don't know why I don't wear this that often because I really love it. It's such a pretty orange blush. It's so bright. It's so powerful, but it can be more sheared out. I dip in very lightly and I build up from there because I don't want to look like just that all over my face. It builds up so beautifully and lovely. Again, this is a really weird, unexpected one for me to like. That's why I didn't even ask in the beginning for you to guess my favorite blush because I don't think anyone would have guessed this. I wouldn't have even guessed this. But I love this formula. I love the color. I feel so good when I wear that blush. I need to wear it more often. So expect to see it soon. Well, what did you guys think of this ranking video? Were you surprised? Were you, I don't know. What were your thoughts? I would love to know what your number 1 favorite blush is, and I would love to know if you have any of the blushes that I talked about today. Let's just chat about blush. Blush is my favorite thing ever. If you want me to do more ranking videos, please let me know. I know some of you wanted me to rank my liquid lipsticks, and I can't decide how I want to do it because I literally can't rank all of my liquid lipsticks. It would be like a 2-hour long video. Nobody wants to see that. So I was thinking of almost ranking the shades within each brand that I have, and then maybe if I only have a couple from each brand, have like a miscellaneous one, and then maybe at the end ranking the formulas. I don't know what I want to do exactly, but let me know what other things you want me to rank and I will get to it. Or if you're just over these videos, let me know too. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's beautbean. Follow me there. I post every single day, and don't forget to subscribe here before you leave. I post it at least 5 days a week, but it's usually 6 or 7. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.